Good morning to students. In continuation with the previous sessions on CNC, we have discussed in the previous sessions. We have discussed what is CNC, what are the components of CNC, right? So here in today's class, we shall see the next topic as concerned to the CNC, that is open loop and closed loop system. What is open and what is closed loop system? Before I go to the topic there, we discussed this part in the previous class, that is feedback device. The main feature of CNC is the feedback device. So what is the function of feedback device? The feedback device will give the feedback between the relative motion between the tool and workpiece and their motion, right? Means in the what is the speed of rotation, what is the speed of movement of the table, like that the position and velocity of the tool and workpiece and relative to each other is going to be given in the form of feedback to the machine control unit, right? So how this is going to be executed in the CNC? Again, we have two types of the loop system, that is open loop and closed loop system. In the open loop system, we'll be having input device, right, that we already discussed, and these inputs are given to the machine control unit, and the function of machine control unit is to give the control signals to the process, means the machine tools, it may be drilling machine or lathe machine or the milling machine or any actual machining process. And once the machine tools are going to perform the operation, we are going to get the output in the form of desired workpieces, right? So this is very simple operation, right? So it starts from the input device and it ends at the output, right? In between the process that happens, right, they are all in the unidirectional. There is no reverse direction, there is no reverse movement of the signals or the information, right? So here you will come to know, right? So there is a motor, right? This motor shaft is connected to lead screw. On the lead screw we have mounted a work table, and on the work table we have kept a workpiece which is clamped in its position, right? And there is a tool, right? This is the tool, right? So once this motor starts rotating, the table starts moving uh, in the x direction, right? So while moving in the direction, in the x direction, right, the relative to each other, at one point of time the tool and workpiece will come to a proper position, right? So once they come to a accurate position of machining, right, the operation is going to be carried out. But here one should notice that until and unless the operation is done, we will not be able to have a check whether the proper machining is done. Means the output that we got from the open loop system, means this process is correct or not until and unless the process is completed. Means there is no in between information between output to input, right? That is where this has lot of limitation. Means until and unless you perform the operation, we will not be will not be able to understand whether the operation is happening in the desired input way, right? So this is about open loop system. So next is closed loop. system. All components that we discussed in the open loop system will remain same. Only the change is from process to the output there is a feedback system. There is a reverse information is given to the controller through the measuring element that we call them as feedback system, right? So here what we have, there are input devices. Input devices will give the information to the control unit. Controller unit will give the signals, and these signals will be sent to the processes. Processes are nothing but machine tools. But before it gives as a output, okay, there is a check. There is a feedback is going to be sent to the controller through the measurement element, so that if there are any errors, okay, if there are any errors occurring or deviating from the input data, okay, so this controller unit is going to recorrect and it gives the corrected signals to the machine tool, so that the output is always going to be 100% correct, right? This is the information that is related to the closed loop system. So if you consider the same example that I had given earlier for open loop system, here also in closed loop system there is a motor, and this motor is connected to a shaft that is nothing but lead screw. So once the motor starts rotating, the table moves left to right. When the tool and workpiece comes to the correct position, okay, right, the optical encoder means it, you can say it is a sensor that gives the sense or the information to the comparator to the motor, so that the workpiece and the tool are in the correct position. Now you can perform the operation. If there is any deviation from the tool and workpiece positioning, okay, right, this optical encoder gives a deviation error to the comparator, right? Comparator will give the signal to the servo motor, so that a recorrected position can be placed, so that the correct manufacturing process and relative motion between the work and the tool is going to be taken place prior to the wrong product is going to be produced. That is the closed loop system, right? So this is the comparison between open loop and closed loop system. By the definition that I can say, open loop system is independent of the process that is happening, whereas in the closed loop system output is dependent upon the control action by the process or the system. The other name of the open loop system is, you can say it is a non-feedback system, because there is no existence of feedback, whereas in the closed loop system there is a feedback system, so you can say it is as a feedback system. So next is construction wise, it is very simple, whereas in closed loop system, because more components are added in the form of feedback system, it becomes more complex for the operation. Whereas for the reliability concern, the open loop system is non-reliable, because until and unless the product is produced, you will not be having a information whether the process is happening in the correct direction or not. That is why it is non-reliable. Whereas in closed loop system, because there is the existence of feedback system, the reliability is 100%. Next is accuracy. The accuracy of the open loop system depends upon the calibration of the devices used. Next, closed loop system, it is always going to be more accurate compared to the open loop system, because there is a feedback functioning between output and input. Next is response. It is very fast in the response. Open loop system is very fast in the response, because it is unidirectional, right? So no feedback system means there is no need of error calculation, so that it can give the response faster. Whereas in closed loop system, every step has to be calculated in the error for the error. That is why it takes more time for the response. This is you can see in this particular diagram, right? In open loop system, if you see, the all the information is unidirectional from CNC controller to the tool and the work table, right? It is all unidirectional, right? The information is will come from CNC controller to the tool and the table, right? But whereas in the closed loop system, you can say the information is bidirectional, right? The information goes from the CNC controller and the to the machine tool, and machine tool will give the feedback to the CNC controller. So this gives more prominence, it gives more accuracy, more reliability on the system. Repeatably, it gives the same result for any number of product or the any number of cycles. That is called as repeatability, right? And accuracy means it goes to the precise position for any number of cycles. That is called as accurate, and it is precise. Okay, the resolutions will be very high, right? This is the main advantage, right? So the main advantages are the CNCs. It is high repeatably. It is repeatability is very high. It is very accurate and it is very precise. And you can produce a very high volume of the products. Okay, and you will come to know how you can in some of the videos I'll show. Okay, any complex shapes or any complex surfaces are going to be produced with very high reliability, right? We need high reliability for complex shapes. If it is simple, okay, reliability is going to be there, but the main challenge for CNCs or the feature of CNCs, you are going to produce very high very complex surfaces are going to produce at very high reliability and precision. Okay, next is flexibility in the job change. I already told, right? Automatic tool change, ATC, right? Because in the conventional manufacturing process, see, for example, I want to drill a hole of 8 mm, and again in the same position I want to drill, say for example, of 20 mm hole. Then what you have to do? First you have to come to the position, you have to drill it. Okay, you have to go to the changing time. Okay, again you have to come to the correct position. It takes lot of idle time between the manufacturing process, right? So they came up with the idea that, okay, right, this is the workpiece and this is a bunch of tools, remember, right? In the conventional we'll be having one tool in one time, right? But in CNC, the workpiece is going to be there, but it is a bunch, or the sequence of tools are going to be there. Okay, the first, for example, 8 mm is there. Okay, it drills 8 mm. Again, it will not go to the position, right? There only changes the tools, and then it starts drilling the 20 mm. Then again, there is any other operations, it does it rather than going back and to the positions of manufacturing. Okay, it kills, or it is going to reduce lot of it is going to increase a lot of unproductive timing. To avoid that, okay, it has lot of advantages. The main advantage of CNC is automatic tool change. Okay, that is called as ATC. One more advantage. Okay, whole thing is going to be looked in terms of automatic tool settings, right? That is called as, and this ATC will increase the productivity, right? Next, it is very quick response to the change in the design, that I have told, right? So in the previous class, if there is any sudden change in the product to be produced, it is very responsive. It can be changed. Whole setup can be changed in very limited period of time, right? That is very advantages again, right? And the product life cycle is very much this product life cycle is one technical term everybody should remember, right? Product life cycle means every product has its own life span. For example, we know uh, every mobile will come up with a new features and everything, right? So for example, if you buy any mobile, okay, so how long that is going to stay in the market? Maybe for 3 to 5 months. Again there is a change, no? So this 3 to 5 month is the only product life cycle. After that the product life is vanishes, right? That is called as product life cycle. But um, earlier what used to have, have you seen the cars, right? Maybe 20 years back there used to be only one Tata Sumo. Now you can see in Tata there are different variants, because they can produce, they can have a lot of variations in the same product, right? For example, if you go for the, what do you call, buying any car, okay, there will be number of variants, okay, high end, medium end, low end, everything will come into play. Means this CNC has given lot of what you call flexibility for the manufacturer, so that he can expand the product. Okay, he can expand the product, but while expanding the products, each product span has come down, right? That is how you have to think it. Okay, next is, it is more safe, it is high productive, and it is having high quality, right? And the most advantage is, again, the scrap will reduce, right? Because it is having a feedback system. Because it is having a feedback system, you hardly end up with having the wrong products, right? So these are the advantages of CNC. Next is disadvantages. The most disadvantage is initial investment is very, very high. Okay, even a small lathe of medium capacity cost around it goes around 60 lakhs. It is very, very costly. Initial investment is very high, and you require lot of skilled laborers and trained laborers to set up. Once it is set up, no need to worry, but to set up all this you need a skilled laborers. Okay, next, computer and programming knowledge is required. That is how the new sensations are coming in, new variations are coming. The computers have come into manufacturing process, so even the manufacturing people should also have some basics of computer knowledge. Okay, and it is difficult, it is very difficult for maintenance as well, right? These are the say advantages and disadvantages of CNC. Is it clear?
Sir, what is prototype production?
Prototype production means, faster prototype means, uh, uh, for example, uh, okay, I want to produce this mouse, right? I want to produce this mouse. But to produce this mouse, you cannot suddenly go for 10,000 mouse in one shift, right? You have to produce one simple mouse of with all features ready, right? So then the production of first product to be, because you are in very, very basics of all engineering part. Prototype is the model, okay, you can say the end product. Okay, is it clear what is prototype? Prototype is the end product, you can say, right? For I give the example of mouse, right? You can produce the end product very fast. You can think of the same sentence in the different way, that is faster product productions, right? Prototype means product, you can think that one as the product, right? Is it clear? You can
Yes.
produce the product at very fast rate. Is it clear?
Okay, sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next one is this is again a very important question. You write down. In examination, he will ask, okay, explain CNC machining centers and CNC turning centers. Explain the CNC machining centers and CNC turning centers. Okay, we'll
Sir, could
continue
you
this.
repeat the question, sir?
Explain CNC turning centers and CNC turning centers. Is it over?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Okay. Now let us look into CNC machining center. Here, what? Yeah, I just want to recollect your understanding. See, in most of the case, okay, in most of the case, if you take the example of lathe, okay, the workpiece is rotating like this, okay, and you have to bring the tool here and you have to perform the operation, okay. But in the EC, once you done the facing operation, okay, then you have to change the tool, right? You have to change the tool. While changing this tool, you have to come from the machining center, you have to come back and put the, say for example, facing is over, I wanted to go for knurling operation, then I have to fix the knurling tool, then I have to bring to the machining center, right? It takes lot of time in between, right? The people have thought is, okay, let the workpiece be there itself, okay, I'll go with a bunch of tools, right? I will not go with a single workpiece, I'll go with the say up to 16 to 20 workpieces I will take into the tool, right? I will show the video here there. Okay, okay, you can imagine each finger as a one tool, right? So for example, this is the two this is the workpiece keep on rotating, right? We know this. In the lathe, workpiece is rotating, you have to bring the tool towards the workpiece, right? So say for example, I want to perform the facing operation. Okay, what this what you call machining center does is, it is going to choose the facing operation, right? It is going to perform the facing operation. Then okay, it has a bunch of operations, no? Next I told there is a knurling operation, then it is going to switch on its own, it is going to switch to the knurling operation, then it starts performing the knurling operation. If there is one more change in the design, say for example, I want to drill a hole, so next is third bit is going to be the drill, so it is going to drill the hole. Like that, you will be having one center, right? The workpiece is going to be there itself, okay. You will go with a bunch of workpieces that are going to be performed on one workpiece, right? So that the coming back, setting up again, going to the machine tool center, it takes lot of idle time. So they thought of, I'll go with all the operations that to be performed on the workpiece, their respective tools are taken in the set of order, okay. So whichever the operations to be performed, those operations are going to be chosen by the automatic tool changer, that we shall see in the video. Are you clear about this? Are you
Sir,
clear about this topic?
sir, repeat, sir.
Okay, I'll show the video, you'll come to know. Okay.
Hello, Anand sir.
Yes.
Sir, just off this PPT screen share, then share that video.
ಅದೇ ಅದೇ ಇನ್ನೂ ನಾನು ತೋರಿಸಿಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ನಿಮಿಷ. Can you see this now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Sanjeev Kumar. Sanjeev Kumar?
Yes, sir.
Now you can see this video.
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Yes,
I'm
sir.
telling the example of lathe. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay, this is the tool, right? This is the tool,
Yes, sir.
and this is the
Workpiece.
this is the tail stock. You have seen, no? This is head stock, and this is the tail stock. I'm showing the top view of the lathe machine, right? CNC lathe. Okay. Now this is having one tool is ejected. Okay. Now you can see it completely. This is the tool. I want to perform the operation on this. Okay. Now what it does, right? This
Yes,
has
sir.
come up. This is the one. This is, see, you can see this. How many tools are here? This is one tool. This is one more tool. You can see this is one more tool. You can end of it. You can see one more tool. So this is the workpiece that is in its own position. But I have gone with these many number of tools, right?
Yes, sir.
Are you getting this?
Yes,
I have
sir.
gone with the list of tools. I have gone there so that without changing, without having the idle time, I can perform the operations and I can come back. Is it clear? You just properly see the video, will come to know the complete knowledge of it. And I have told one more important thing is automatic tool change, right? You will come to know how easily, how fast it is going to choose the tools on its own. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
First it is, now the operation is the turning operation, because the material is removed on the cylindrical surface, right? So now it
Yes,
is
sir.
doing the again the turning operation, right? Still the tool has not changed. Now the tool has changed and it is doing the one more operation. Now it has done the taper operation, taper turning, and again it is doing the step turning operation. Right? Now it will change the tool. You just see, right? The
Yes,
center
sir.
has changed, no?
Yes, sir.
Now on this, he wanted to remove the cylindrical surface, right? So again, it is performing the reaming operation. You have not studied this, but technically speaking, see, right? One more operation has done. Again, the tool has changed and it is performing the drilling operation. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right? These many operations are done. See, means the main motto was I don't want to waste the time in changing the tool again and again. I'll go with all the sequence of tools to be performed at once, and I'll do the operations in sequence. That is what we call them as machining centers. Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Right? Again, there is a change. Right? So this is going to be plugged out. Now it will cut off.
Sir, your voice is not audible, sir.
No, audio, it is a problem. I don't want you to listen the audio. Can you see the video properly?
Yes, sir.
and understood the topic I want to convey?
Yes, sir.
Okay, then it's all enough.
Bhauji.
I just hold on. I'm just hold on. Okay, I'll just coming back to the CNC. Is it clear what I wanted to convey? So
No.
here, yes. So can you see the PPT?
Yes, sir. Yes,
sir.
sir. Continue, sir. Continue.
Okay. So this is what the CNC machining centers. Okay, right? The CNC machine center is a machine tool capable of multiple machining operations on a single workpiece in one machining setup under programs. Right? All these are going to be controlled by the programs that we have seen. Computer numerical controls. What are the features? See, what is the feature of here is, okay, CNC machining centers are usually designed with the features to reduce non-productive time, or we can say idle time, right? That is what just I explained, right? So the main feature that you should understand is automatic tool changer, right? So automatic tool changer is a bunch of tools, tool holders. You can see it's a bunch of tool holders. Okay, you can fix any number of tools on that in the sequence you want. Okay, right? You can fix up to 16 to 80 tools. Remember, 16 to 80 tools can be fixed into that automatic tool changer. So you can perform 16 to 80 operations in one particular point of time. Means one particular machining center. Okay. The next is automatic work table positioning. Okay, it is reverse here. Here you are changing the tool, right? One difference is you are changing the tool here. Okay, you are changing the tool and keeping the workpiece constant. But here one more feature that you can add is, okay, you can go for automatic work positioning as well. Means even you can change the table itself, right? You can change the table itself. So both can be done. One is by changing the tool. One more is you can change the table itself. I'll show this, right? Both the videos are have. Okay, how you can achieve this very complex shapes is by changing the tools and as well as moving the work table. Both can be moved continuously, right? I want to show this video, okay, of this 5-axis CNC machine tool, right? The 5-axis machine tool means it's just a schematic diagram you will come to know, right? It is horizontal milling machine, okay, right? It is Z-axis is here, okay, it is here, this is Z-axis, and X-axis is horizontal and Y-axis is vertical, and it has the axis, the rotation about X-axis is A and rotation about the Y-axis is the B, but there is no rotation about the Z-axis. So how many axes you will get now? X, Y, Z and A and B. So how many axes you will get? Is 5. Right? This is how it looks like. So I want to show the video of this, right? You just hold on to this. Okay, now you can see this video properly, right? This is the table, okay, for CNC. This is the table and this is the work, what you call, this part is going to be the tool holder. You will come to know how many axes. I just replay. So x-axis is, it moves horizontally. Okay, it moves, this tool moves vertically, so that is z-axis, and this table moves horizontally, so this is y-axis, and it rotates about axis horizontally, and it rotates vertically as well. So it is put together, it is going to produce 5 different axes. So this is a volume will cover, right? So this is a maximum space the tool can work on, right? This is how you are going to buy the CNC machines, right? And this is, I told you, this is automatic tool changer, right? This is sequence of tools, right? This is the first, second, third, fourth, fifth. So it is going to have a sequence of orders, right? So first one is going to be picked up, okay, and that will come further into the machine tool, right? And that is going to be put into the spindle. Okay, the spindle will come for the machining. That is picked up now. This is how the automatic tool changer does, right? This is how the automatic tool does, right? So the selection, the movements, everything is controlled by the program. Right, this is, see, look at this point. This is very difficult to manufacture. This shape they want to produce, and this is very difficult. Until and unless the table moves, even the tool moves, you cannot produce it. You can see it. Now here you can see the tool is also moving, the table is also moving accordingly. Are you getting this idea? Are you getting this?
Yes,
The
sir.
table is also moving and even the tool is also moving. Then only you can produce such a difficult shapes. Right? That is how the CNC has no limitation. But only part is you should have lot of programming skill for CNC. Right? How difficult shapes can be produced. Right? Table is also moving, the tool is also moving, then both together are moving. See how difficult the shapes are. So is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, then we will come back to the last topic of this CNC. Okay, right? So this is about 5 axes. I told you, right? A and B are the table movement, right? Table was moving, right? Like this. Table was moving, so that is A and B. And the tool was moving, it was coming down, it was going horizontally, it is moving in all the direction. That is movement along the X, Y, and Z directions. That is how, that is called as horizontal milling machine. Okay. The last part of the CNC is CNC turning center, that we already done this. The first video that I have shown, that is CNC turning center itself. Okay, right? So the turning center is simply the CNC lathe with multi-station turret. What is turret? The technically speaking, turret is nothing but it's a bunch of tools. You remember like this, right? What is turret? Turret is a bunch of tools. It has a capacity to hold up to 8 to 16 tools, and it can perform 8 to 16 tool operations in one sequence, right? So if you see this diagram figure CNC center, okay, this is headstock. We know this, and we have studied what is lathe, right? The main component of lathe is it is going to have headstock. Okay, on the headstock you are going to have the check, right? It is going to have the check, and this is the here there is no, remember in the lathe, conventional lathe you will be having dead center, but here we don't have dead center. The dead center is replaced by the turret, right? It is, see, that is what it is written here, cross slide with the turret. So turret will have the tool, right? It is going to have the sequence of tools. It is just a drum, right? It is going to a drum. Each drum has the tools of this. Whichever is to be performed, that is going to be lock for the turning operation. This is about the CNC turning center.